Hello and welcome to the MU Focus News Bulletin on April 17th. In today's bulletin, here are the standout headlines. Premier League Round 33. Chelsea stumble. Man City versus Arsenal to decide the title. Facing Chelsea, Carrick drops a Man United key player in a surprise decision. Barca failed to negotiate. Man United stand firm on Rashford price. A fiery night for English football. Aston Villa run riot. Nottingham Forest continue their European fairy tale. And now, here are the full details. Premier League Round 33. Chelsea stumble. Man City versus Arsenal to decide the title. Ladies and gentlemen, this weekend the Premier League promises to explode with a series of crucial fixtures. It is no exaggeration to say this could be the most pivotal round of the season. The title race, the battle for European spots, and the relegation fight are all entering an extremely tense phase. It is almost impossible for the biggest match of the Premier League season to disappoint. 15:30, April 19th UK time. Even if the 90 minutes are tight with few chances, the attraction will come from the tension, where just a single moment could decide everything. A draw would allow Arsenal to maintain a 3-point lead at the top, provided Man City win their game in hand. In that case, the Gunners would still control their own destiny, but the title race would become more fragile than ever. If Arsenal secure victory, the gap could be extended to at least 6 points, assuming Man City win their game in hand, a huge advantage at this stage of the season. On the other hand, if Man City triumph, the situation could swing dramatically. Pep Guardiola's side could travel to Burnley next midweek and potentially go top of the table on goal difference if they continue their winning run at Turf Moor. In other words, within just 3 days after the clash at the Etihad, all hypothetical scenarios could be wiped out. Man City are fully capable of completing the chase and overtaking Arsenal. That scenario clearly worries Arsenal fans, especially as the London side have won just one of their last 5 matches in all competitions, scoring only 3 goals. The upcoming match will be a definitive test of Arsenal's ability to handle pressure. But if the Gunners are mentally affected, Man City, in outstanding form, fluid, and full of firepower, are ready to punish. Man City are rated slightly higher. But if there is ever a moment for Arsenal to prove they have what it takes to become champions, it is now. Manchester United's 2-1 defeat to Leeds United on April 14th could become a turning point in Michael Carrick's tenure. After a near-perfect start, the Red Devils have now lost 2 of their last 4 Premier League matches. If United fall again at Stamford Bridge, Chelsea could close the gap to just 4 points. However, this match may carry even greater significance for Liam Rosenior. Chelsea are on a 3-match losing streak in the Premier League, and in the entire 21st century, they have only once lost 4 consecutive matches in the competition, in April-May 2023 under Frank Lampard. Since early March, no team in Europe's top 5 leagues has lost more matches in all competitions than Chelsea, 6 defeats in 9 games. Although the worst-case scenario happening all at once is unlikely, the possibility of the London side dropping to as low as 10th place after this round is entirely real. With both Harry Maguire and Lisandro Martinez suspended, Manchester United are left with only 2 available centre-backs, Lenny Yoro and Aiden Heaven, whose combined age is just 39. This will be an opportunity for both to impress, but also an enormous test of their composure. Chelsea's João Pedro is exactly the type of forward who can exploit such inexperience. Not only does he possess sharp movement, but the Brazilian striker is also extremely cunning in his play. Since the start of last season, João Pedro has drawn 19 yellow cards from opponents, a tally bettered by only 6 players in the Premier League. This highlights his ability to put immense pressure on defenses. Chelsea clearly need a win to halt their decline. As for Manchester United, they have yet to lose back-to-back matches in the Premier League this season. However, if Chelsea take all 3 points, the race for Champions League qualification will become more intense and unpredictable than ever. The appointment of Roberto De Zerbi is seen as Tottenham's final rebuild attempt in their fight for survival. However, based on current performances, it is difficult to see where the Spurs will find points. The London side are currently on their longest winless run in 91 years, with 14 consecutive matches without a victory in the top flight. Worse still, in their last 30 home Premier League games, Tottenham have managed just 4 wins. the same number of managers they have gone through in that period. Tottenham not only need a positive result, but also a performance convincing enough to show that De Zerbi can build a tactical system capable of guiding them through this crisis. On the other side, Brighton are currently the most informed team in the Premier League. The Seagulls have won 5 of their last 6 matches, secured 3 consecutive away wins without conceding, and since round 27, no team has collected more points than Fabian Hürzeler's side, 15 points. Given the current balance, a victory for Brighton is highly expected. Facing Chelsea, Carrick drops a Man United key player in a surprise decision. The headline clash of this Premier League weekend is the showdown between Chelsea and Manchester United. Ahead of the big game, former star Paul Merson has given his assessment and advised Michael Carrick to leave Benjamin Sesko on the bench. At present, the Red Devils sit third in the table, despite disappointing results with a draw against Bournemouth and a shock defeat to Leeds United. On the other side, Chelsea under Liam Rosenior have also declined, dropping to 6th place and recently being eliminated from the Champions League. In terms of personnel, Merson believes Sesko would be more effective as an impact substitute. He stated, "I would probably leave Benjamin Sesko out of the starting lineup against Chelsea. He's someone you can bring on to make a difference." The other day against Leeds, they didn't have anyone to do that from the bench because Sesko started. In addition, Merson also questioned the surprising absence of Brian Mbeumo and pointed out that Casemiro has been underperforming without Kobbie Mainoo. For the home side, Merson hopes Enzo Fernandez will return to improve ball control. Assessing the nature of the match, he said, "This is a game Man United cannot afford to lose, and one Chelsea must win. If they lose this, I don't think they'll be playing Champions League football next season." In his prediction, Merson backs a 2-1 win for Chelsea. In the first meeting back in September, Man United edged a narrow 2-1 victory. This rematch promises to be extremely tense, as both sides desperately need points. Barca fail to negotiate. Man United stand firm on Rashford price. The future of Marcus Rashford at Barcelona has become a major talking point following the latest revelations from journalist Fabrizio Romano. Although the parties are close to a long-term agreement, the deal still faces financial obstacles between the two clubs. According to the Italian journalist, the Camp Nou side have fully agreed personal terms with Marcus Rashford and his representatives. However, the biggest hurdle lies in triggering the €30 million buy option set by Manchester United. The 28-year-old forward is currently playing for the Catalan Giants on a season-long loan deal with an option to buy at the end of the campaign. He has quickly adapted and delivered impressive performances, earning the full trust of the La Liga Leaders Board. Head coach Hansi Flick has confirmed he is satisfied with the player's contributions to the team's overall play. The German manager considers retaining Rashford a top priority to strengthen Barcelona's attack next season. Manchester United are willing to part ways with their forward, but the Premier League side remain extremely firm in negotiations over the fee. The Red Devils are demanding the full €30 million payment, rather than accepting installments or add-on structures. The English club have even warned they will bring Rashford back or sell him to another club if their demands are not met. The La Liga side are now trying to find a more creative financial solution to resolve the deadlock with Old Trafford. A fiery night for English football. Aston Villa run riot. Nottingham Forest continue their European fairy tale. English representatives experienced an emotional night in the UEFA Europa League and UEFA Europa Conference League as Aston Villa, Nottingham Forest, and Crystal Palace all made strong impressions in very different ways. The most striking performance undoubtedly came from Aston Villa against Bologna. After gaining an advantage in the first leg, the English side continued to show superior strength in the return leg at home. Aston Villa started explosively and almost finished the tie in the first half with 3 consecutive goals. Bologna were completely overwhelmed by the pace and relentless pressure from the hosts. In the second half, Villa maintained dominance and added another goal to seal a 4-0 victory. With a 7-1 aggregate win, Aston Villa have proven they are not just a temporary surprise, but a genuine force in European competition this season. Their control, efficiency, and constant pressing left Bologna with almost no chance to respond. Meanwhile, Nottingham Forest continued writing their own fairy tale by defeating FC Porto 1-0. After a hard-fought draw in the first leg, Forest entered the return match with great determination. They did not dominate possession, but were extremely effective on the counterattack. The only goal came in the first half, giving the English side a 2-1 aggregate victory. This is a remarkable achievement for Nottingham Forest, as Porto are traditionally one of the most experienced teams in European competition. However, Forest showed impressive resilience and character to progress. In the Conference League, Crystal Palace lost 1-2 to Fiorentina in the second leg, but still advanced with a 4-2 aggregate victory. Crystal Palace started poorly and allowed Fiorentina to apply constant pressure. The Italian side took advantage to go ahead, putting Palace under significant strain. However, a crucial away goal, combined with their strong first-leg advantage, helped the English side maintain control of the overall situation. Despite losing the second leg, Crystal Palace still achieved their objective and secured a place in the next round. This is further proof of the strong progress of English clubs in European competitions this season. With Aston Villa, Nottingham Forest, and Crystal Palace all progressing, English football is showing dominant strength not only in the Champions League, but also in the Europa League and Conference League. And if they maintain this form, fans can expect even more English representatives to go deep and compete for titles across Europe.